Well, hello guys, my name is Nick and today I am back with a Jeep Renegade 4x4 from Majorette. Yes, we're doing another Majorette. Yes, we're doing another Jeep. No, we're not doing another Jeep, that's the third Jeep I've done. Oh well, messing up already. So, let's take a close look at it right now. So, let's skirt it into frame. And there it is. As you can see, the paint is, well, terrible. The sticker on the front is quite good, but I don't have reproduction for Majorette. It is quite awkward having the high base, low setting wheels. It's an awkward model, to say the least. There it is, Majorette 4x4 Jeep. So, as you can see, it has a lot of spring travel, and there is the first sign of the ID that I'm getting to finish this model. So first order of business, like always, is to drill out the rivets. Only one this time, and this literally took me only, well, 1.5 seconds of drilling, and there it already popped. That's the fastest a rivet ever popped for me. I like it a lot. So removing the base, some crap just fell out, and it's a rust bucket on the inside. The spring is rusted, the axles are rusted. The wheels don't even turn actually, the axles turn, but the wheels are just rusted to the axle. And there's some white stuff in the car. Always a pleasure, always. Oh, there it goes, it's gone. No need to worry about that anymore. So to take out the axles from Majorette, really simple, just pull up the axles and release them from the spring. So this, yes, the one wheel spins, but the other is just, well, it doesn't want to spin, and just stuck. You have to use all my force to get it broken loose of the axle, and now I just cannot get it back on the, well, proper place. Well, it's bad. Okay, so I take my handy dandy. It's a different handy dandy screwdriver this time. Sole reason is because I cannot find my true and one and only handy dandy screwdriver, but oh well. So I take this imposter handy dandy screwdriver and just spring off the spring. It went into my shot glasses where I mix my paints. Very handy. So let's move on to my favorite part of every restoration, the sandblasting step. Finally, the paint just flies off with this one, just the way I like it. So let's speed it up and let's watch how satisfyingly the paint will remove itself from this casting. So this is actually quite a nice casting with quite a nice, well, quite nice details. It got a couple Jeep logos on the side. The spare tire, it's quite a detailed model actually. Then also I take the base and just remove the, well, the rust residue, I would call it, not really sure. So after the sandblasting is done, I take my primer, like always the fine surface primer by Tamiya, and do 3 coats in total, leaving between 15 to 20 minutes to dry between coats. And I remembered to do the inside first. Go Nick! It only took me a year, and 50 odd videos, and 2,500, almost 180,000 views to figure this out. Now the base, well, like I said, it's really awkward and just want to, well, blend in the base little, you can call it. So I used a little bit of, well, standard black and just, well, blacked out the base, making it black. Duh. Then another time lapse, me, well, removing the rust from the little spring. I didn't really want to use my sandblaster because, well, if I drop it, I will never find that thing again. So taking some Scotch Brites, taking some sanding paper and just go to town with it, removing, well, most of the rust from the spring and the axles. Even had to take my hammer because I wasn't able to take off the wheels from the axles. It was just amazing. So after about, I think I spent 15 or 20 minutes doing this on all the single wheels, I just, well, like Lucas just saw, I tested that the wheels can actually spin, and they spin like they should, all 4. So after that's done, I go on to the color. Now for color, I was kind of debating using the classic army green, but in the end I decided to go with a nice flat blue. I only used this color, I think, once on my what did I use it? The piston popper Mustang, I think? Nah, I'm not sure, I forgot. So I only used this color once, but it's just a really nice color and it really suits this model. So I did 3 coats in total, again 20 to 25 minutes to dry between coats. So that's the first coat, really light coat, and this is the second coat. And then I didn't really record the third coat because, well, that's again the same as the, well, first and first. I don't get it. It's almost Christmas. I had too much dinner. My words are somewhere. I left them at the table. Oh well, so 3 coats in total, and then leaving them to dry so the paint can harden out. Next, I'd go to the fine detail, but not really fine detail. I was kind of debating on doing the grill black, maybe, well, the color of the body, but I decided to go with the chrome-ish, silverish paint and my toothpick just to apply this paint. After the grill is done, I take yellow, kind of a, well, strange choice, but I think it really suits this model having yellow headlights. So after the headlights are painted in, I take my chromish, silverish, paintish again, and I just do the little Jeep logo I mentioned earlier, the hood hinges, and I think those are supposed to be hood straps on the side. I will do right now. I think these are supposed to be hood straps, not really sure. So then I do what I was planning in the beginning of the video. I want to actually hire, well, not low, higher the axle so the vehicle would sit a little bit lower. So how I did that, I took some toothpicks, I cut them to size and I smacked them with a hammer so they can fit between the little crevice where the axle is supposed to sit, just like that. Then I need to take my tweezers again and just cut them to size, like that. I already made one before so I could make sure it will actually, well, work, because didn't really have anything that would work, I think. So I just placed them between the crevice of the little model, took my glue and glued them into place. Well, I only used 1 drop, so I can still take it apart again. Just put my hand and screwdriver between it and crack off the little toothpick, and no harm will be done if I want to take it back to original. So after the glue dried, I go to the wheels actually, and well, I also time-lapsed this. It's quite boring and just repainted the wheels. Then I take my black paint and paint it in the rear seats in black, because the interior is black and didn't want to really change the color of the interior, and it just suits this model really well. Then to go back to the base itself, let's go to the reassembly of the base. Take my spring, if I can actually find it. It's somewhere there it is. So put the axles back into place. Then take the spring and just try to, well, because the spring is now, well, kind of a U shape when you have to it in the proper position, but it worked in the end. So just place in one side and then take my screwdriver to try to pry it into the other side. Now then let's go to the reassembly. Off camera I drilled out the base of, no, not the base, the model post, so I can actually use a self-tapping screw to reattach the model to the base. Then replacing the, well, refitting the interior, I would say, trying to get it over the tow hook. When that is done, just snap it into place, Nick. So snap it in place, it's not that hard. There we go, there we go. Then I take the little base with the axles and just snap that back into place. There's a little hook on the end of the model and I just snap it right into place. Then I take my self-tapping screw and I just tap the post I drilled out earlier off camera. So when that is done, let's take a look at it before the restoration, right here, when it was still red. Well, as you can see, the rear seats were already black and I just kept it black, so I have a little bit of originality in this model. So it was awkward sitting really high, and I just made it into something, well, I'm quite proud of. So this is it after the restoration. So let me know what you think of it in the description down below. Also don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and I hope to see you in a future video. Bye.